было лет 10-11, мальчик. В воскресные дни дома у нас отец с другом, они собирались, пели песни. Дверь закрывали, какая-то тайна, какая-то. Мне было очень интересно, а в чем эта тайна? Позже я узнал, что эти песни были Шакарима. А Шакарим не только его песни, а имя нельзя было говорить, потому что он был врагом народа, его советская власть, коммунистическая система расстреляла. А так как советской властью было запрещенное, и люди, естественно, она вытравлена была из памяти, только сохранили такие вот, я благодарен своему отцу, и такие небольшая группа людей смог сохранить его песни. И как наша страна получила независимость, я первым делом взялся за восстановление песни Шакарима. Я нашел запись песен, который его друга, его отца-друга, который пел эти песни, на магнитофонной бобине, 60-70 год записанная магнитофонная запись. Его реконструировал. И вот эти два диска, CD-диска, я Дженкинсу отдал, чтобы он прослушал на базе этих песен, чтобы вышло произведение, симфония.
Well, the first thing, I suppose, is to listen to some of the original Shakari material and select which ones I'd adapt and which ones I'd use as a springboard for my own take on it, if you like, kind of rewriting it or even bringing in new melodies within the style. As always, I use a lot of percussion, which is in a way akin to a lot of Kazakh folk music. I think a lot of it is quite folky in an earthy kind of way, which was the intention, really.
В этом проекте в партитуре представлены 3 казахских народных инструмента. Это саз-сарнай, это домбра, шанхобыз,
The important thing I find is I feel is for the music to have some degree of integrity, so that it sounds as though it's come from one place, and not just have a bit of this, bit of that, bit of Kazakh, bit of Western. And it's the style what I become known for to a certain extent, which is a kind of fusion of different cultures, essentially classical, but using a lot of percussion for kind of rhythmic pulse and emphasis. This is the iconic room. This is where the Beatles mainly recorded. I mean, the whole studio was opened in the 30s, I think, by Edward Elgar, a great British composer. So it's an iconic building, it's a fantastic place. This is more of a pop way of doing things, in where you take a layer, which I usually do percussion first, and then another strand, which is the orchestra, which we've done today. And then Marat will play this evening his solos, and Aruhan might do some, and then on Wednesday the Kazakh folk players. And on Friday, the National Youth Choir, Great Britain, a fantastic choir. The aim is to get it sounding as though it's one, which I think we kind of achieved.
Challenge-wise, I mean, it's interesting because it's all done in layers. It's not all done at one time. So you're looking for trying to make all the layers work with each other as an end product, as opposed to one orchestra going down in one hit. So you have to think, you're sort of trying to think ahead all the time, to the next stage, to the next stage. So you have to have a collection of close tracks on the orchestra as well as ambient mics, so you can feed things in and out to adjust to whatever solos or other instruments are turning up during the sessions.
Okay. I've got 5 pieces out of 7, which is of course quite a lot. I do look forward really very much. There are some challenging, there are some really beautiful works. Of course, I do look forward to record with such a beautiful orchestra. The Philharmonic with whom I performed previously, and always was happy to perform.
It's always challenging not having the full symphonic forces because it's much more exposed when it's just the string sections, and we have to have a much more unified feeling of the sound and of intonation, and so it was quite a challenge actually to put it down on tape, as it were. It's been really fun and different for us.
The text was another issue because we had to get great help from people for me to set the Kazakh text. So we had Dina Dusen on board, who was a Kazakh and speaks fluent English and is also a musician. So she was a great help in analysing the text in Kazakh and helped me set it to the musical, kind of form really.
The most challenging thing, I think, would be the language. I don't think many of us have sung in Kazakhstani before.
Luckily, we have people speaking Kazakhstani here to tell us what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. And it's hard, especially being an English choir, getting all the kind of consonants and getting the vowels in the right place and things.
I was really amazed how choir picked the language so quickly. And sometimes I couldn't tell, is it Kazakh choir or it's English choir?
We had a team of wonderful Kazakhs to help us. So we all tried to be properly, Kazakh and not English anymore, because English people are so polite and make a beautiful sound, and we have to get into the body.
From here on, that's when it gets exciting, because up to now I've just been in a room on my own, pretty much, writing it. So when you first realize it orally, when you actually can hear something, that's when it starts getting exciting.
Вот сегодня, слушая симфонию Шакарима, она настолько мне задела мою душу, аж слезы завернулись. Дело в том, что Дженкинс удачно использовал его песни, его философию и очень хорошо передал через обработку, через современные музыкальные инструменты. Он смог передать ту глубину, ту лирику шакаримских песен.
The collaboration of the mix, very interesting mix of Kazakh folk players, big youth choir, very well-known orchestra in a great, famous venue, Royal-Festival-Холл. I think this is a really good recipe for good success.